reflection for the winter solstice, or Yule. This is the transition between autumn and winter. If you want to learn more about the seasonal transition, you can check out the videos in my winter resources playlist. You can use this video to guide you through a purely meditative experience. You can choose to journal as you go, or, and this is my recommendation, you can use it as part of your Yule ritual. This is how I'm going to guide you through it, as though it's part of your ritual. To fully participate, you're going to want to gather paper. Scrap paper is totally fine. A writing utensil, a candle, and something to light the candle. You can pause me here to go gather those things if you like. Once you have your items, we're going to begin by creating a sacred container. To do that, get your space as dark as is safe while still allowing you to see in order to make notes on your paper. Let anyone else around you know that you're going to need privacy for the next 15 to 20 minutes. Put all of your devices on Do Not Disturb. And just find a cozy place to settle in. Whether you sit or lay down, get yourself comfortable. Go ahead and take a deep breath. Do that again, and as you do, focus all of your attention on the act of breathing. As you breathe, mentally set aside any other concerns or thoughts, whatever you might have been doing just before we began. In my space, I have lit some sage, which is thought to have healing and cleansing properties. In many traditions, fire and smoke are also considered purifying. So just imagine the sweet smelling smoke wafting gently around you. So now I'm going to guide you through some reflections. As I do, I invite you to let your mind wander. Allow it to ebb and flow with the guidance. As you feel called, make notes. They can be doodles, marks, whatever you feel called to on that scrap of paper you have. The intention is not to share what you write. No one else will ever read it. It isn't even intended for you to be able to review it later. Rather, its sole purpose is to act as a physical representation of your thoughts, feelings, and experience throughout this exercise, throughout this ritual. The paper and pen are a mechanism for you to release. Our intention for this time together is to connect with and honor the darkest night of the year, and ultimately to call forth the light within ourselves. So first, I invite you to take a moment and reflect over the past year. Notice what you have accomplished. What is celebration worthy? We're going to spend several minutes in this reflection. And as you reflect on this past year and you look for the wins, be sure to consider all areas of your life. There are 12 key areas I like to work with my clients. I've put them on the screen for you to support you in this inquiry. So as you reflect, look for wins in your relationship with yourself and self-care. What's been celebration worthy in your relationship to wealth and abundance? Consider your education and communication, your relationship to your home space. Consider how you play, your hobbies, how you relax, your romantic life, celebrations and wins around your health and well-being. Consider your relationship with whomever you choose to call family, your career or work life, your legacy. This is how you impact future generations. Look for any wins in community and how you show up in the world. And finally, look for celebrations in your spiritual life. Notice what comes up for you. Strive not to judge it. Are you able to easily identify the wins and celebrations, or are you finding it challenging? Not as a judgment, just as a noticing. Take a nice deep breath. Most of us spend a lot of time in our mind, our thoughts, our intellect. Allow yourself to move into emotions now. Use the wheel of emotions on the screen to help you articulate exactly what you are feeling. What feelings are you experiencing as you reflect on the past year with this focus of celebration? Keep making notes on your paper, allowing these feelings and thoughts to move through you and out of you onto that paper. And just notice where you might have judgments and see if you can release those as well. Now I invite you to take a breath, this time encouraging the air to flow all the way down to the base of your spine. As you breathe, allow your belly and ribs to expand, just like a little baby does when they're sleeping. Take deep belly breaths. This deep breathing tells your nervous system that you are safe. There's science behind it. Keep taking deep belly breaths and know that you in this moment are safe. So often, you are your own worst enemy, and the battleground is your thought life. So as you continue to breathe deeply, signaling to your body that you are safe in this moment, I invite you to again reflect over the past year. This time, consider where you have been experiencing recurring, maybe even obsessive thoughts. Thoughts about things that were judgmental, harsh, critical, unkind. Towards others, sure, but most importantly, towards yourself. You can use the same key areas of life if it's useful. They're back on the screen for you. And as you identify these patterns, these thought patterns, see if you can forgive yourself and release them. Make notes or scratches or doodles on your paper as you do so. Some examples of thought patterns could be, perhaps you invested a lot of time thinking about what you could have said and being hard on yourself for not saying the right thing in a given moment. Maybe you've been judging your body harshly and saying mean things to yourself about it. Maybe your road rage has been out of control this year. I know one that's come up a lot with my clients recently is feeling like you should be doing something else something more, something less, like you're letting other people down. Those constant conversations around guilt. None of these thought patterns are necessarily bad or wrong. It's all driven by our shadow selves, and it's often about self preservation. Our goal here is to simply notice and notice what's no longer serving you. If it's no longer serving you, strive to release it. So at this point, I invite you to light your candle. Sometimes staring into the flame of a candle can support deeper reflections. There's something about the slight movement of it that distracts part of your brain and allows the rest of it to do deeper processing. I have a virtual candle for those that don't have one handy, and I'm going to play music for just a few minutes here and just let you sit with all of this. Remember, our game here is to notice, not to judge and be harsh, but to notice and discern what no longer serves and to release those things that no longer serve. If you find it difficult to release something or to forgive yourself, that's okay. It's these things that you can take into your contemplation throughout the winter season to come. These are the areas where you invite the light to shine, to bring you to a new level of understanding and awareness. These are yours to examine throughout the winter season. Let's take another deep, cleansing belly breath. As we near the end of our time together, pull forth grace and gratitude toward yourself. Grace for yourself as you take on the lessons yet to come. Gratitude for showing up for this meditation and this ritual today, and to your future self, knowing that the lessons you will be learning and integrating in the future will add value to your world and to others. Everything you wrote on your paper, all the celebrations, all the thought patterns you're ready to release, let's release that now. You can do that by ripping your paper into several pieces. Later, when you're ready, you can take them to a sink or outdoors and burn them. Give them over to the fire, over to the light to be purified and released. Together, we all move forward into the winter, into the season of hibernation and inner work. And consider that as we move slowly towards spring and the light returns to the planet, you too have a light within yourself. That light is the spot within you that knows the truth, the spot that is aware of how magnificent you truly are. Spend your winter connecting to that light within you, allowing it to shed new awarenesses for you. Contrary to the marketing campaigns encouraging new year, new you, winter is not a time for resolutions and big actions. Rather, it is a time for introspection, shadow work, preparations, and alignment. As you move into the season of winter, on the screen are activities that the planet will be supporting you in taking on. Notice there's a trend. These are not large external actions. These are all reflective and internally focused. Hi there. My name is Sunny, and I'm a spiritual mentor and intuitive strategist. I'm also studying to become an ordained minister of metaphysics. I absolutely nerd out on stuff like this. I love when analytical and spiritual can come together. I really enjoy holding sacred space for others and witnessing your becoming. If you would like to learn more about the metaphysical side of winter, check out the other videos in my winter resources playlist. Also, the planet offers us this wonderful blueprint for self-awareness through the seasons. If this interests you, I invite you to check out my absolutely free seasonal living guide. It's going to give you an overview of all 4 seasons and how they can guide you to a deeper understanding of yourself and alignment with the world around you. Thank you for trusting me to be your guide during this time and this ritual. I wish you a very blessed Yule and winter solstice. And if you would like to see more from me, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel.